ladies and gentlemen. There is no end to skeletons tumbling out of RG Kar Hospital. Just 7 days ago, I spoke to Akhtar Ali, the insider and whistleblower of RG Kar, on this very platform. He called ex-principal Dr. Sandip Ghosh the mastermind in the case. He even said that several complaints were made against Ghosh, but somehow he managed to escape the law every single time. Once again on Times Now, Akhtar Ali has made some revelations that will leave you stunned. According to Akhtar Ali, the former principal traded unclaimed dead bodies and profiteered from it, and even misplaced the death register to tamper evidence. It has also been alleged that Ghosh used students for vasuli and smuggling to run this mafia raj. The whistleblower claims a possible shield by influential people for Dr. Sandip Ghosh, as even after making several complaints against him, Dr. Ghosh was given a long rope. But the question really here is, who's that politician protecting Dr. Ghosh? First, listen in to the shocking allegations by Akhtar Ali, the whistleblower in this case.
अनक्लेम डेड बॉडी भी वो बेचते थे और कुछ प्राइवेट मेडिकल कॉलेज जैसे ये अनक्लेम बॉडी वो वर्कशॉप के लिए दे देते थे, डिसेक्शन के लिए, और डेथ रजिस्टर ही वो गायब कर दिए थे ताकि इसका कोई रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं मिले। इसमें वो अकेला नहीं थे, इसमें काफी सारे लोग मिले थे। कई स्टूडेंट का उन्होंने लाइफ बर्बाद कर दिया, बहुतों का उन्होंने इंटर्नशिप कंप्लीशन सर्टिफिकेट नहीं दिया। एक माफिया राज चलाते थे, स्टूडेंट लोगों को शराब पीना सिखाते थे, स्टूडेंट लोगों से गलत काम, पैसा वसूली करना, तस्करी करना, ये सब सिखाते थे। हाँ, दो एक पांचू और रवि बोल के था, वो बांग्लादेशी सिटीजन, वो ये माल को खरीदता था और फिर उसको वो रिसाइकिल करता था। इन्फ्लुएंशियल, उनके ऊपर उनका कुछ ब्लेसिंग है, कुछ लोगों का हाथ है। जब 2 बार उनका ट्रांसफर हुआ, एक ऑर्डर तो 48 घंटे के अंदर रिवॉक हो गया और एक ऑर्डर फिर कुछ ही दिनों में रिवॉक होकर फिर उनको प्रिंसिपल के पोस्ट पे बैठा दिया गया। तो मैं ये इन्फ्लुएंशियल नहीं तो और क्या बोलूँगा।
Joining me on the Newshour tonight is Bikash Ranjan Bhattacharya, victim's family lawyer and member of parliament in the Rajya Sabha. And Mr. Bhattacharya, thank you very much for joining me. What are your key concerns regarding the RG Kar case, particularly about how the investigation has been conducted so far by the Bengal police before the matter was transferred to the CBI? Do you believe that more than one person was involved?
You see, from the nature of injuries and as per the opinion of the forensic experts who had the occasion to study the forensic report, postmortem report, we have a strong belief that the nature of injuries which was inflicted upon the dead body was not the act of one individual. It must be a complex nature of injuries, must have been inflicted by more than one person. That's the opinion of the forensic experts, and we rely on that.
Well, you've also mentioned that Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee is trying to somehow buy the loyalty of the victim's family. What's the basis of such a claim made by you?
You see, this is not only in, particularly so far this case is concerned, the Chief Minister of West Bengal has set up a train. If you have the study of the rape incidents post-2011, when she became the Chief Minister, she had always wanted to trivialize the issues of rape. Sometimes she said this is a small matter, sometimes say this is done by the little boys, sometimes she said that the rape should be a part of your life, like when you suffer from cold and cough. And she had also fixed a rate chart that she had said the compensation would be proportionate to the age of the victim girl. That's the nature of reactions from the Chief Minister of West Bengal all throughout. And she has always been attempting to purchase the witnesses, mum them by offering money, whether this is a case of rape, whether this is a case of bomb blast, whether the persons are killed. those are wherever these things happen, and we believe that the TMC is behind all these happenings. Chief Minister rushes to the spot, offer money, and by that process, sometimes offer jobs. And by this process, the victim family, they always keep themselves mum, and we did not have any definite logical conclusion of any investigation. One of the investigations which was very much talked about is the incident of Kamduni. There we have noticed that the Honorable High Court had to acquit some of the persons because of lack of investigation. Here, in this case also, the Chief Minister very proudly said that we are willing to offer 10 lakhs of rupees. If you want to keep your daughter's memory alive, you can spend this money for that purpose. This is the attitude of the Chief Minister, unfortunately, the Chief Minister of West Bengal. Therefore, all throughout the administration was made to believe that these rape issues are all trivial issues on which they don't have to give much stress upon or find out the real culprits. That is the trend set in West Bengal. Unfortunately, I say, in West Bengal.
So according to you, Mr. Bhattacharya, what was the sequence of events on that unfortunate night of August 9th?
You see, now the investigation has been transferred to CBI. I don't want to make any comment during the interim period of the investigation. Now it's the CBI's duty, being the premier investigating agency of the country, to prove their expertise and find out the real culprit. This is again I say, the fundamental task of Central Bureau of Investigation. Therefore, I don't want to make any comment, or I don't want to give any lead. They have to find out.
Well, Sandip Ghosh, the former principal of RG Hospital, has been questioned by the CBI consistently. Is his role limited to just not reporting the crime, or does the rot run deeper? What are your views on this and your information on this?
You see, his role, apart from the question of his maintenance, silence at the initial stage, and not taking appropriate action. But the basic thing is that the reason of this murder, we apprehend that this is definitely having something to do with the running of administration, corruption, and many other things which are coming up, to which the principal must have been involved, and his complicity to that extent is there.
But can you elaborate? Was the victim aware of Sandip Ghosh's alleged corruption or misdemeanors?
That we have been, you see, the victim is no more there. Therefore, nobody can give us the better material. What we find from different sources, the doctors who had walked over there, the nurses who have walked over there, they are coming up with tidbits of stories. On that we rely upon, and we want to see that the CBI really connects all the dots.
According to some claims, there were nefarious activities going on in RG, including corruption pertaining to unclaimed dead bodies, among other charges. Were you aware of any of this? Are you aware of any of this? Have the parents told you any of this?
How could we be aware? The parents' family or the council? The person who could have thrown light, she has been murdered. Therefore, now our colleagues and others, they are making out these issues. That's why we say it is the duty of the CBI to connect all the dots and come to a definite conclusion. We cannot say anything. We are never on the scene. We cannot also speculate.
Well, there was some controversy about the cremation of the victim's body. Do you believe that it was done in haste? Were the parents present? What have they told you?
You see, they initially wanted to dispose of the body in haste. That was prevented by the student and youth, SFI, DYFI, they mobilized, they prevented the early disposal of the body. Thereafter, a post-mortem was conducted, and thereafter it was cremated, and that too was in haste. What was the hurry of cremation of the body? It was the duty of the police. This is not the duty of the family members to assess the whole situation. They are in grief. The police had misdirected everything, and that's why the High Court did not have any confidence in the police investigation and transferred the same to the CBI. This is the basic reason.
Well, Many unanswered questions. We'll wait for the investigation by the CBI to throw some answers. But for now, thank you very much, Mr. Bhattacharya, for joining me on the News Hour. Let me open this up, and joining me tonight with Radhika Kheda is Monojit Mandal, political analyst, supports the Trinamool Congress. And Monojit Mandal, the question here is, there were several complaints against Sandip Ghosh. His role has been dubious. It's also very clear that he had some protection, some influential person was protecting him. The manner in which he resigned, he was appointed elsewhere, the earlier charges against him, Akhtar Ali himself has outlined many questions. And now the lawyer of the victim's family also raising several questions. Why was the police in a hurry for the cremation? It starts from there, and then the role of Sandip Ghosh.
I would like to have a privileged opportunity from your side to have questioned the lawyer in question. The person who spoke before me actually utters satanic lies. I challenge him to debate with me on any civilized show. He got away with, one-way traffic because Ranjan Bhattacharya, a very senior person, I challenge you to debate with me on any show one-to-one. I'll prove that you are uttering satanic lies from the very day one, including what you did right now. You said that you do not want to speculate about the investigation of the CBI. In the same breath, you are not just speculating, you are spreading malicious lies about the process of investigation, about how the victims' parents were being treated by the Chief Minister, about the investigation of Kolkata police, that amounts to interference into investigation, not just by a lawyer of the family, but by a public servant who is a member of parliament. I again challenge you, Mr. Vikas Ranjan Bhattacharya, probably of my father's age, in any civilized show, I'll prove you with documents and evidences that you spread satanic lies about this investigation.
Well, he's the lawyer of the parents. He's the lawyer of the victims' parents, and as the lawyer of the victims' parents, he's made certain charges based on what the parents have told him. Now, for you to only contest him is not the point. The point tonight is Akhtar Ali. After all, 1 minute, Mr. Mandal. After all, the Mamta Banerjee government itself has now appointed an SIT into Akhtar Ali's charges. Akhtar Ali was also on the show last week, on my show, making the same charges. At that time, and even years before that, when he was making these charges, why was no SIT set up? Why is it set up now when there is a hue and cry?
Yeah, I'll answer that question. There was, first of all, no definite complaint a year back. When the complaints came up, government of West Bengal, rightly so, formed an SIT. But if this person is anyway involved in any of the crimes, including the one that he is being grilled for, what is the CBI?
So before that, nothing was formal. Radhika Kheda, Akhtar Ali last week on this show actually said all the charges which were even in a PIL in court, and everything was managed. Today, Monojit Mandal wants us to believe kuch tha hi nahi.
Well, Mr. Mandal may not be aware, or he is hiding the fact from the viewers on your show, that Mr. Akhtar Ali had made formal complaints to the office of the Chief Minister, who is also the Health Minister, who is also the Home Minister, and the OSD has the copies of the same. And after he made those complaints, he got death threats and he got many up-teen threats to take back his complaint, and he was harassed continuously. And it is a matter of grave concern that a man who was on the 16th number when it came to the promotion list, and only 4 college principals had to be appointed, overnight from number 16 he reaches number 1 and he's appointed as a principal. On 31st May 2023, another person, Mr. Sandip Ghosh, was made the principal. When that man comes to take charge, his room was locked. 2 days after which Again, Sandip Ghosh was reappointed. 11th September, he is caught again on the same charges of mishandling things, of corruption, of the medical waste, selling it off, and very little medical waste used to come from that hospital. And there were other corruption charges also, like he used to charge the students for parking their scooters in the area and not give a receipt. And there were many, many more corruption charges, like he used to take money for giving in tenders, etc. Now that man is transferred to Murshidabad, then back on 9th October, not even a month, he's brought back to the same hospital. And on 2023, a committee is set, Navika ji, a committee is set for to do judge on the things that Mr. Akhtar has given, but the health secretary gives an order and the committee is cancelled. All inquiries are shut down. Who is the one who is ensuring all these things are done? Who is the one who is helping this man again and again?
Well,
who is the man who is the person who is saving this man? It is very clear that it has to be Mamata Banerjee, because how can anyone overrule everything? It has to be the most powerful person.
well, questions that beg answers. Is this inquiry a hogwash, or is there more rot that will come out? Is there more to the rape and murder of the victim of RG Kar, the young trainee doctor, 31-year-old, or is there literally virtually a mafia operating in the government-owned hospital? These questions beg some answers. When will we get them? Well, we are waiting. Thank you very much for joining me on the News Hour tonight. Good night and be safe.